This one's from Kevin Lin Hyun.
Kevin Lin Hyun.
Yeah.
From Singapore, Korea.
Looks like Vietnamese or Chinese.
By the writing.
Hi Sam. Would you mind asking Lee Priest what is his take on having children and steroids? Will I still be able to have children whilst taking them? Will my children be born abnormal? Will it have any effects on having children if taken incorrectly? I know you have children of your own, but has this ever occurred to you before you started taking steroids? Thanks Lee for always being so honest and humble. Much appreciated.
No, it never really occurred to me beforehand. Yes, have a child and that, but then, years after years after years of steroid use, even using smaller amounts, when you do take things like testosterone, that it can stop your own natural body's production. So if you're like me and did that for 20 plus years, I'm sure my sperm count would be 0 or none by now. And I'm sure you can go to fertility places when it does happen to get you maybe turned back on. They've got drugs you can take, not Clomid, HCG and Pregnol. That's just all a scam, shit like that. You actually go to a proper fertility place where they can give you the proper drugs to get your sperm count back. But like I said, there's guys that have taken steroids, been off for a long time and had kids, and then there's guys that have abused them year after year after year and don't have kids. So it's a hit-miss thing. Would the kids be deformed? Well, I've seen bodybuilders have kids and they don't look deformed. The father looks more deformed than the fucking kid that was born. So anything's hit and miss. Healthy people who never touched steroids in their life can have children that are deformed or born with abnormalities or deafness or congenital heart failure on some babies, or someone could be born with dwarfism and stuff like that. So it's a hit and miss. You don't know what you're going to get. It's just like potluck. So I wouldn't say abuse steroids. If you're going to use them safely. Don't abuse them. And if you're going to have kids and you're going to do bodybuilding for years and years and years, I would probably recommend you have kids earlier and not wait till your late 30s after 15 years of steroid use or more. So like I said, just play it safe, have fun, and see if you have a kid and call it Lee. If it's a girl or a boy, he'd call it Lee.
Well, if steroids cause abnormalities, Jesus, what was Francis's old man on? He was Mr. Island.
His mum didn't sleep with his old man. He slept with a donkey. Don't tell him though. We don't want him to know his father's Mr. Ed.
Yeah. Oh, look, I think it's all like you say. If you could substitute steroids with alcohol, drugs, cigarettes.
When you look at the list of steroid side effects and alcohol side effects and cigarette side effects, they have just the same, if not more. So even if you're abusing alcohol, you could have kids that are born weird. Because really, go to some of the areas like Mount Druitt or different housing commission places where the parents sadly are big drinkers, big smokers, take other forms of drugs, whether it be ice, heroin, cocaine, all these things. They can play into the child, especially if they're doing these sort of things while the mother's pregnant, more so than the father's sperm, because there's plenty of alcoholics out there who are on welfare or who have lots of money who are alcoholics and still have children. So, but it's more, I think, to do, I'm not a doctor, but I'm thinking once that baby's inside the mother, it's more maybe what she does to herself from that point on, what she drinks, smokes, eats, and all this sort of stuff, drugs she's using recreational, will affect that child. I couldn't see it not, because her blood's going through that baby's system. So sadly, if she doesn't take care of herself, the baby will probably cop the majority of the shit in her body. So when the baby's born, it'll probably have problems. A lot of women who take drugs and do bad things have sometimes premature babies and stuff like that, or some are born with bad health problems to begin with. Some of them will grow out of it and some sadly don't. So if you're looking to have a baby, my best bet would be don't drink and don't do drugs and don't smoke. Just stay healthy, aim for having a healthy child, and then once that's done, do whatever you want.
Yeah, get on drugs and whatever. Be a really, really good parent.
Don't feed the child, abuse the child, but party on. Give the child to the state. At least you had one.
Yeah. No, just I think it's common sense.
Drink your Fosters and put your kid in foster care.